stand, just stand. Calling the now and here while they are on the way. Heart in imagination, leading us astray. Use your mind, you will leave the flesh dimensions behind. Sanity can be the toll, leading to the crooked little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. I hitched a ride until the coast to leave behind all of my goals, searching for something I couldn't find at home. Can't get no job, can you spare a dime? Just one more hit and I'll be fine. I swear to God this'll be my one last time. And a crooked little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. Run away before you drown, all the streets will beat you down. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. When it gets dark in Pigeon Park, voice in my head will soon be fed by the vultures that stick around the dead. In a crooked little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. Run away before you drown, all the streets will beat you down. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. I never once thought I'd ever be caught staring at sidewalks like at my drag marks. I left my best friends, or did they just leave me? In a crooked little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. In a crooked little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. Run away before you drown, all the streets will beat you down. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. Run away before you drown. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground. you don't belong. Well, I beg to differ. As time goes on, this will get better. And you can't go wrong if your will is strong enough under pressure. As time goes on, this will get better. This will get better. You struggle every day, but no one sees. And trouble eats away your self-esteem. You're so afraid to face tomorrow. The only thing that waits is sorrow. You can't see the light from behind the curtains. When you feel so lost that you don't belong, well, I beg to differ. As time goes on, this will get better. And you can't go wrong if your will is strong enough under pressure. As time goes on, this will get better. This will get better. Don't suffer through the dark days. Let up all the barricades. Turn and face the pain and let it go. No matter what they all say, you can find another way. Never have to battle this alone. Don't suffer through the dark days. Let up all the barricades. Turn and face the pain and let it go. No matter what they all say, always be another way. You don't have to battle this alone. When you feel so lost that you don't